It's Yash. So this is kind of a fun video. Uh, if we move abroad, you leave your country. Does that actually help with your mental health, or does it hurt it? For me, it really helped. I was living in America and Florida, and the whole Western society that I grew up in. Man, it was just amplifying all my symptoms. I couldn't get well. And the conditioning and all the programs from society and everything, I needed to delete all that, but I couldn't delete it while I was still living there because the society perpetuated it. I needed to get out, and go somewhere like different. And I did. I went to Brazil. I went to a little village there. And I saw pretty quick that this was good for me. The environment was relaxed. The people were chill. They didn't have all this mental illness, carrying guns and trying to shoot each other and fight and all this. They weren't walking time bombs like a lot of people I saw in America. And so it was really good for my nervous system. I'm like, damn, I really like this. And I haven't lived in America since. This was 20 years ago. I mean, I go back when I have to take care of things. But so I was in Brazil maybe 6 months, and then I went back and I was staying at an ashram, the SRF ashram, and I went back to, I don't know, I was going to like drive back to Florida or something. So then I went back, and man, I felt reverse culture shock. I was walking through the grocery store at night, and I just felt like the atmosphere, everything just felt heavy and cold. It's like, what happened to this lightness? Like, I felt my spirit was activated more when I was in Brazil. And then same in India. When I went to India, I was like, yeah. Okay, but now it's not all positive. And if you go to the wrong place, it can actually create stress. So you see, there's always duality. There's no, you gotta know where you're going and why you're going there. Because see, people ask me in the comments sometimes, like, where's a good place? Oh man, I mean, what do you mean? There's a million different places. I don't know. Like, we'll have to talk. I've done consults with an hour, and that's all we talked about because there's so much there. I mean, a whole channel could be started on living abroad, and many are. So it depends, I can say this though, going somewhere. Let's assume, because I'm talking to people. Sun's coming out. I'm talking to people. This channel is more specific about like mental health. Imbalances in nervous system disorders, sensitive nervous systems. So this is what we're talking about. So for those people, obviously, I'd recommend somewhere in nature, somewhere not a city, somewhere in nature where you can get also good food. You have farmers around that they grow their own food. You're eating like that. Not too expensive, That's another question people asking, like, how did you survive? How did you, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's going to matter how you're going to survive. But, I was teaching yoga, I had some credit cards, and, if you can do the most popular way people survive, though, they have a house or something, and wherever their country is, they rent that out. They get a little income from that every month, or they have some online business, or they're teaching English online, something online. And there's some countries where you can just come here and work. There's some girls that work at the restaurants here, and they just pay them under the table, and like, we don't know. There's many different things that could happen. But yeah, you got to listen. You see, we can't just act from mind, because mind will be like, oh, this is a good idea, I'm going to go right now. But you don't have any money. Oh, we'll work it out. Yeah, careful. When it's time to go, And if it's time to go, you'll have some organic inner confirmation and it'll take care of you. So back to where's a good place for a sensitive nervous system? Somewhere in nature, in good food. I mean, Amazon is good. They got a bunch of good herbs in that jungle if you're trying to heal something. That's the main thing, actually. Nature, good food, and unless you're rich, you know, you want somewhere cheap and maybe easy visa. Figure out, you know, do your research on that, because unless you just plan on staying forever, and then, yeah, they probably won't bother you, you know, but if you plan on leaving again and stuff, you want a visa that will let you leave and come back. Because if you overstay, there's usually some penalties. They're not going to lock you up, but you have to pay a fine or etc. So easy visa, nature, good food, good weather. That's the thing. Forgot. Good weather is important. Not, you don't want to, because if you have a sensitive nervous system, usually those people, we don't do good in like really cold climates or super hot. It's about balance. You want some spring-like climate year round if you can. In not too high elevation. You don't want to be in the Himalayas. That altitude can exacerbate the nervous system. Because remember, Vata is already, the Ayurvedic video I made, it's already too much air and ether. Well, high altitude is going to aggravate that already excess of air that you have. You see, so beach is the best, coast. The problem is with a lot of the coastal areas, like everywhere in the world, it's more of a party atmosphere. That's the thing. So somewhere like Chiang Mai or something in Thailand would be good. That's nature. And it's warm. Or Hawaii, if you got a bunch of money, that's expensive. But if I was to live anywhere in America, I'd probably go to Hawaii. But I wouldn't want to live, I like living overseas. It's chill. And then you don't need a car either if you go to the right spot. That's nice. You don't need a car or motorcycle. So you're more, it's nice. You don't, a car kind of, you can create some stress. A motor, same thing. When you're driving, like, there's some tension. You got to pay attention, you know. If we're really trying to heal your nervous system and be calm, you want your lifestyle protocol needs to induce and imbibe calmness, balance, climate, food, just stress level where you're at, all these things. You got to look at that. What's balancing? This is how you make your decision, you know. So I wanted to touch on that. So then when people ask me now, I can refer them to this video. So I like YouTube. I can make videos and I don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. All right, let me know if you like that video. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments section. Take care.